So the problem we're going to work on is 602 divided by 8. It's the problem that was on the test last week that many of them couldn't do. And subtraction is just repeated, division is just repeated subtraction. So I would write the problem in regular form as 602 divided by 8. And we call the answer the quotient. Okay. Since it's just repeated subtraction, I could just do as simple as draw 8 circles. And in the most basic form, this is exactly what I would say to do. So I have 8 circles drawn. And I'm going to start out by just, because I'm dividing by 8. So I'm going to divide 602 things into 8 circles. And I'm going to subtract out 8 at a time. Now I could subtract out one thing at a time until I get to 602. But it's easier to count by 10. I can count by 100, but I can't put 100 in here, and 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 100 in here, because I've got nothing left to put in here and here. That's 600 to get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. All I've got left is 1, 2 ones. So let's do 10. I'm going to put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 310, 320. Notice I always want to get back to the bottom here. 330, 340, 350, 360, 370, 380, 390, 400, 410, 420, 430, 440, 450, 460, 470, 480, 490, 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550, 560. Last set, I think, 570, 580, 590, 600. I ran out of space. Let me scratch out this set here because I couldn't go all the way to the end. All right, so tens. Let's just count how many tens we put in each block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. All right. Now, what's left? Okay. We just count up from there. And if you remember, we would just count by 1 from there. And just to make sure that we're tracking, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 560. And now I just have to put the ones in. So 1, 561, 562, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. I'm up to 600 already. There's no way I'm going to put those last two, divide them all the way up in here. So I'm going to have 2 left over. We call that a remainder 2. Okay. In each block, I put ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. My wife's crazy dog, you can hear. So that's 7 10s, 5 ones. That's 75, remainder 2. Okay. And that's the answer. That's the quotient for this problem. 602 divided by 8 equals 75, remainder 2. Okay. Another way to do this problem is using subtraction. So I call this the Big 7 method. Some of the students are calling now this Miss Skinner's method. So it's 602. I'm going to fold this over so that we have a little bit of space in the camera. 602. I'm dividing by 8. Okay. All right. 602. I know that 10 times 8 is 80. That's an easy one. So I'm going to put a 10 right here. And I'm going to put 80. Okay. 10 times 8 is 80. Okay. And I'm just going to subtract that from here. 2 minus 0 is 2. Because 10 times 8 is 80. And I'm going to use up that 80. 2 minus 0 is 2. 60 minus 8, or 0 minus 8 I can't do, so I'm borrowing it from here. That becomes a 5. And I'm lending 1 to there. So this becomes a 10 minus 8 equals 2, and this was a 5. Really what we said was 68 minus 8 equals 52. I know my handwriting is terrible. Sorry. Okay. I can keep doing that. I could also get imaginative. I could say, well, I know that 80 plus 80 is 160. I know that 3 times 8 is 24. And that's, 10 times 24 is 240. I could do all sorts of things, but let's just say that I don't know that. And I'm going to keep going tens because that's the only number I really know by heart. 8 times 10 is 80. So I do it again. And I subtract 80. I can keep doing this. 2. 8 from 52. Same thing. I'm going to borrow. This becomes a 4. This becomes a 12. So this is 42. And I carry down the 4. And I do it again times 10. 80. 2. Borrow. This becomes a 14. This is a 6. Bring down. Do it again. Let's bring this all the way down. All right. Do it again. 80. All right. Again. This becomes a 2. This becomes a 16. 2 minus 0 is 2. 16 minus 8 is 8. And carry the 2 down. Still not run out. We still haven't run out of numbers here, so I'm going to do it again. 10 is 80. because it's just repeated subtraction. 2. 8 minus 8 is 0. That's 202. We're getting closer. We're starting to run out of numbers. Let's do it again. 10. 80. Power just went out of my house. Interesting. 2 minus 0, 2. 20 minus 8. So we just borrow 1 from here. This becomes a 10. That's a 2. Carry the 1 down. Do it again. 10 minus 8. 2. 12 minus 8 is 4. Oh, look at that. We're not going to be able to take 10 away again. So let's say, I like using easy numbers, and I know that 5 times 8 is 40. And I can do that. I'm just going to count by 5. So over here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 5 equals 40. And so I'm just going to subtract the 40. And I'm going to do this one by 5. 2 minus 0 is 2. 4. Now 2 is less than 8, so there's nothing left to do. So I'm going to have a remainder of 2. And all I have to do now is add all these together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus 5 is 75 with a remainder of 2. The answer to my problem, 602. 602 divided by 8 equals 75, remainder 2. Okay, lastly, if you're as old as I am, you don't have to be as old as I am, but many of us were just taught that we do it this way, and it's the same thing. 602 divided by 8, okay? And the first thing you try to do is 8 into 6, can't do it. That's really 8 into 600, by the way, but 8 into 6 can't do it. So we go 8 into 60, and you can do that. And we already said 8 times 5, I test them. 8 times 5 is 40, and well, then I know, and this is where it helps to know our multiplication tables. So let's do that. Out here, I'm going to write times 5 equals 40 times 6 equals 48 times 7 equals 56 times 8 equals 64. And I don't have to go any further because I know that 64 is too much. 56. So I'm going to do times 7. All right, 8 times 7. We already said equals 56. Okay, and I watched Gabby do it this way. She wrote them all out. Times 56. And then I'm going to subtract. Now, really what we just said was it's 70 times 8. 70 times 8 equals 560 is what we really just said. When you and I were taught in the old days, they just said we ignore that. We subtract 0 minus 6. Can't really do that, so I'm going to borrow. This becomes a 5. This becomes a 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is 4. And then it said carry down. Really what we just did was 0 minus 2 is 2. 6 minus 10 is 4. 5 minus 5 is 0. So we have 42 remaining. Okay. We already said over here that 5 times 8 is 40. So we're going to put a 5 right here. And we're going to put 40 minus 40. 2 minus 0 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. Good. Now, I can't divide anything into there. And so my remainder is 2. Interestingly, next week, by the way, we are working on fractions. That's really 2 divided by 8. Or 1/4. Okay? 3 ways